Hi everyone, so we are going to start Algebra 2 with combining like terms. So this is a review of Algebra 1, shouldn't be too hard. Let's go through the vocab first. So what are like terms? Think about that, you should know, theoretically. All right, like terms are monomials. Monomial is a single term, right? Mono means one, with the same variable and exponent. So for example, we could have 2 and 11. Plain numbers are like terms. X and 5x. They both have just a plain x. 3x squared and negative 8x squared. They both have an x squared. Not like terms would be 2x and 5x squared because the exponent is different, so that these are not like terms, right? So that would be a no, right? Another good one that is a not would be 5xy squared and 7x squared y. So notice with this one, the exponent for the x is a 1 on the left one and a 2 on the right one. So these are also not, because the exponents are different for the two different variables. All right, so that's also a not. All right, how do we combine like terms? So all we do, this is gonna sound, it sounds more high-tech than it really is, I promise, it's not that bad. Determine which terms contain the same variable or group of variables raised, I spelled that wrong, to the same exponent. So basically determine which ones are like terms. Once you decide which ones are like terms, you just add, subtract the coefficient. Remember, what's a coefficient? That's the number in front of the variable. And then once you add and subtract the coefficients, we just tack on, why is my eraser not working? Eraser, there we go. We just attach the variable. So for example, 8x squared plus 3x squared. These are like terms because the x's are exactly the same with the same exponent. So we add or subtract the coefficients. The coefficient is 8 and 3. There's a plus, so that's 11. And we attach the common variable. Notice we did not change it. 11x squared. It's not x to the fourth. Another good one would be x plus x. X plus x equals 2x. That's super important. Kids always mess that up. All right, last vocabulary. Distributing, I think it's the last one actually. The distributive property, again, this is a little bit of a higher level version of the definition. Lets you multiply a sum by multiplying each addend separately and then add the products. So a little more complicated sounding than what we're used to. So let's say we have 2 times x plus 3. The x plus 3 are the addends. So we multiply them separately, right? Separately, and then we add the product. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. We distribute over addition and subtraction, right? So that was an addition. We could do a minus also, right? We do not distribute over multiplication and division. So I'll see someone try to do 2 times x times 3, like that, and try to make it 2x times 6. That is wrong. You're not allowed to do that, right? You only distribute when it's a plus or a positive or an addition or subtraction, sorry. Okay, so that's all the notes. So now we're just gonna go through. In that packet I attached, you're going to go through some of the problems together. I'm going to do a bunch of them with you, and then you're going to finish it, okay? So we did one like this. We're distributing. So 3 times x is just 3x. 3 times 6 is 18. That's it. Right? 5 times x is 5x. When the number and the variable are touching, that means multiplication. And then minus 5 times 8 is 40. Negative 6x. Now this one's a little harder. A negative and a minus. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive. 30. So think of that as a negative 5. All right, now I know you guys always freak out over fractions. I promise you it's not that bad. So think of this as 6 over 1 and 18 over 1. When you multiply your numerators together and your denominators. So this becomes 1 times 6x is 6x. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 1 times 18 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3. And this is a nice one because what happens? 6 divided by 3 is 2. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So these do end up being nice problems. So again, for number 8, I'm going to put 4 over 1. 3 times 4x is 12x. Over 2 times 1 is 2. And then 3 times 4 is 12. 6 times 3 is 6. And then simplify it. 12 divided by 2. And then 12 divided by 6. And we're done. All right, last one. This is the hard one. Not last one totally, but last one for this page. So we have that negative, so I'm going to throw the negative out front. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus, because a negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, I forgot my x too. All right, and then we're going to simplify. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So negative 2x minus, what's 4 divided by 9? I have no idea. So what do? Don't put it in the calculator. There's no need. We're just going to leave it. That's it. That's our final answer. It's not a big. All right. So now these, are 2 steps instead of 1 step. So now what gets distributed? The 2. Because remember, it has to be touching the parentheses. That 3 is not touching the parentheses. I have to touch the papers to hand them out, right? So we hand out that 2. I'm not magic. I can't just magically distribute the 3. I can't magically distribute papers that I'm not touching. And then we're going to combine like terms. So what are our like terms? The 3 and the 10. So 2x plus 13. All right, I want you to pause the video and do these 4. So 11, 12, and then jump to 19, 20, 21. Try them on your own. So we're going to distribute. So that 5 is just chilling out front. 3x minus 12. Combine like terms. We got to remember our signs, right? Same sign, add and keep, different signs, subtract. So they're different signs, so we subtract. 12 minus 5 is 7. Take the sign of the larger number. 12 is bigger, so it's negative. Distribute. 24 minus 4x plus 7. Combine like terms. The 24 and the 7 add together to get you 31. And you can write it as that, or sometimes I'll write it like this. It's whatever, whatever you feel like. It doesn't matter which way you write it. All right, so now combining like terms, we have to find the stuff that goes together. So we have 6x. Is there any other plain x? We have a minus x. 6x minus x is 5x. How about the 3? Does the 3 go with anything? Nope. And then that 2y also doesn't combine with anything. And that's your final answer. So we're going to have multiple terms. It's okay. Don't freak out. 3k and k. 3 kangaroos and a kangaroo is 4 kangaroos. That minus 12 and the y, they don't do anything. So you can just rewrite them. I'm going to put them in this order, but it doesn't matter which order you put them in. I find kangaroos to be terrifying animals, not going to lie. They're giant. They're like the size of humans. All right, 2h. Does that go with anything? No h's, so I'm going to rewrite it. How about the positive 14? Yep, that goes with negative 13. 14 minus 13 is 1. And then we have that 3w, nothing to go with that. I like to write it like this. It doesn't actually matter. I like putting the constant last, the plain number. All right, I want you to pause the video, see if you can try these on your own. All right, so now what's touching the parentheses in this one? What are we distributing? All we're distributing is a negative. So negative 7 plus x. That's it. Now, this one, I'm going to do it twice. There's 2 ways to do it. Think of that as 4x over 1, 6x over 1. So like before, when we distribute, 4x times 1 is 4x, 2 times 1 is 2, 6 times 1 is 6, 2 times 1, and then we divide. Another way that I think is easier, think this is a half. What's half of 4? 2. What's half of 6? 3. So if you look at number 34, it's the same problem. Dividing by 2 and multiplying by a half are the exact same thing. So if you can take this and think of it like 34, it just makes the problem easier, faster to do, that kind of thing. All right, so this one, notice that it's times 7, but it's backwards. That's okay, it doesn't matter. 7 times 8 is 56. Don't forget your x. 5 times 7 is 35. 36 also is backwards. Again, not a big deal. 3 and negative 6 is negative 18. We have 2 negatives. Remember, 2 negatives makes a positive. 4 times 6 is 24. Don't forget your x. 37. Again, we're dividing. 6x divided by negative 2 is negative 3x. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. And we're done. Last page. Pause the video. I want you to try these on your own. They're a little harder. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 5 is 10. Now, the 5x is not in the parentheses. Again, think distributing like Ms. Fizone giving out papers in class. You have to be in the classroom. I'm not going to go in the hall and give you a random worksheet. That's silly. So that 5x is just chilling out on the outside. Then we're looking for our common terms. 6x minus 5x is x plus 10. And that's our answer. All right, distribute again. 2x minus 10. That 3 is just chilling out front. And then combine the negative 10 and the 3, and we get negative 7. Now this one's probably one of the hardest ones for students. Think of this as a negative 2. That 8 is still chilling out front, but think of that as a negative 2. Negative 2 times 7 is negative 14, and negative 2 times 3 is minus 6. A lot of students forget to distribute that negative. So we get combined like terms, 2 minus 14x. All right, again, same idea. That 8 is just chilling in the front. We're going to distribute that negative 2. Look, this one's almost exactly the same. Negative 14x plus 6. A negative times a negative is a positive. So 8 and 6 is 14 minus 14x. All right, what are we distributing? We're distributing a negative 1. The 5 is chilling in front. Minus 3x, negative 1 times 3x, negative 1 times 4. Combine like terms. And again, if you wanted to write this as like negative 3x plus 1, you could do that. There are multiple ways to do this. What's the difference between 64 and 65? Yeah, there's no difference. That minus 1, that minus 1 can be invisible. This is actually the exact same problem. So let's just cheat. 3x plus 1. Right? Distributing a negative is the same thing as distributing a negative 1. Okay? And that. All right, so I want you to work on this packet, finish it for homework. I will see you guys later. Bye.